Hi friend, welcome back to my channel. I have a ton, I don't know how it happened, why it happened, but I have a ton of Bath & Body Works products to talk to you about today. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Okay, we'll start with a smaller category first, and then we'll do a bigger category. We're just gonna switch off from there. So kicking things off, let's talk about body lotions. I have 3. So the first one that I have is Wild Madagascar Vanilla. This one is Wild Madagascar Accord, African Pear, and Wild Jasmine. I got this at the 2024 Summer Semi-Annual Sale, and I just loved it. I actually, in a surprising twist, when I went to go pull this out this summer to use, I had used like a fourth or a third of it, which isn't normally my style. Normally I will push myself to finish something off. So I imagine what must have happened was I was using a body lotion and then suddenly it wasn't moisturizing enough. So I had to just sort of decide to not use it because my skin was getting itchy overnight. So this went by pretty fast. Really liked the scent of it. Would definitely buy it again. It's just a really pleasant, like slight twist on a vanilla scent, which I love. I do love vanilla as a base scent for many products. Then I also used up the last of one of my beloved scents that they don't make anymore, which is Cactus Blossom. This is one of those unique scents where I like it in every fashion. It started out as a candle. I was always wanting it as body care. It came out in body care. I loved it. I don't think most people did because it didn't last very long. Oh, it's so good. Such a pleasant scent. I would love it. I would love that my pajamas would smell like it after I'd put it on. I'm very sad this is gone. And if it did come back for some kind of drop, I would happily get it again. Then I have this busted Cocoa Shea Rich Moisture Cocoa and Shea Butter Body Lotion. This came with a pump, but I dropped it and it just shattered. So I had to depot it. This was interesting. I feel like it is a middleman between their body creams and their body lotions. It's called a body lotion, but it definitely was a bit more of like a velvety, little bit of a thicker. I didn't need as much of it as I do when putting a lotion on. And the scent of it, I would say I didn't love it. But then like I would smell it on my pajamas the next day and I would like the smell of it. So I think in application, I actually liked it. I don't know if I'd go back for this. I didn't buy this. This was given to me. So I feel like if it was given to me again, I wouldn't have a problem using it. I don't know if I'd go out of my way to buy it because I do think this is also more expensive than their typical body lotions. So I'm just sort of in the middle on it. I'm not in love with it. I'm not against it, but it's not probably like as good as Cactus Blossom is scent-wise for me, but the texture of this was nice. So small one-off category, this. I am shocked that I still had this. I was going through my bathroom drawer, just trying to make sure that I had seasonally appropriate stuff in there. And I came across this and I was like, why do you still exist? It is the SPF 20 sunscreen lotion in the scent At the Beach. It technically expired this past February. So I'm willing to bet, I told myself I might want to just finish it off as lotion and not use it as SPF. But here's why it never got used when it dropped summer 2024. It is thick. It is not super easy to rub into your skin and get absorbed, which is like the antithesis of why I don't like sunscreen. This is like being a really pale person, I have to apply and reapply a lot of sunscreen. So I like the idea of this because sometimes in the summer, what I'll do is I'll shower after I work out in the morning and then I know I'm gonna be out and about. So like putting lotion on, it's a 2-for-1 special, but not when the lotion is so thick. It just took the worst elements of sunscreen and maximized on them. So I am at least pleasantly surprised that I got through half of it. I probably just, hair in my mouth, probably just didn't do enough forcing myself, which is fine. It wasn't gonna be a rebuy. I totally bought this on special. I feel like these came back this year, but maybe I'm making that up. But I just feel like similar to how I felt about them with hair products, this just ain't their wheelhouse. So I think they gotta let the whole SPF dream die because they're not good at it. And so this is being decluttered after getting halfway through. Okay, let's do a bigger category, Pocketbacs. I feel like I've been threatening we have a lot of Pocketbacs getting used up all at once, and now it's finally come to fruition. So we just I don't know, I feel like we were halfway on a ton of them and then we just went through them. So I have two from Bridgerton. I have Danbury Shortbread and Wisteria Garden. Both lovely, would happily rebuy both of them. They were very delightful as Pocketbac scents. Then from Emily in Paris, it's the Lavender Luxe. Okay, not a super big lavender gal, so wouldn't go back for it, but wasn't unhappy to have used it. And then we blew through Island Margarita. I was really surprised by that. I didn't think we'd get through it as fast as we did, but alas, here we are. Interesting. I was really curious about this, and part of me was like, what a fun scent, I love it. And then part of me was like, do I want to walk around smelling like a margarita? I'm just not sure. And I still feel that way. I'm not sure I loved smelling like it. Again, I'm not unhappy that we used it, but I don't know if I go back to repurchase her because it's just sort of an odd scent to have lingering around your body. Ooh, okay, here's another one. I need to be really careful. This is a small category. It's a hand cream. This is Snowflakes and Cashmere. So I've used this all summer, and I mentioned I need to be really careful because I didn't enjoy using this scent, and it's because it's not seasonally appropriate. And even though it was just a hand cream, like that's why I brought it out. I was like, well, you just have one hand cream in the closet right now, just use it. It's not that big of a deal. But every time I'd apply it, I'd be like, oh, this is not the time of year to be putting this particular scent on my hands. And I love, this is like a traditional classic, every winter I have this scent in some part of my body care routine. So I'm hoping I haven't like poisoned the well with it, but it's a good hand cream. It's really good for this time of year because before we get into the heavy winter where my hands need more than this is like basic level rehydration of your hands. Once you start to get to like true, your hands are just like gonna crack. They think about paper and a paper cut manifests, like that's how dry your hands are, or how dry the air is. This can't hang, but it wasn't great to use it during the summer. Oh my gosh, I was so distracted by all the Pocketbacs that I forgot to share with you that I have a hand gel, an actual hand gel used up. So this is Champagne Toast. There has been a very like checkered history with Bath & Body Works and their larger hand gels. They like keep being retired and then they're suddenly brought back. They've tried different formulations. Nothing like seems to stick, but I love these for my classroom. In my personal life, I don't really have a need for this. So I feel like maybe that's why, which is why they don't like truly do super well. They're not a top seller for Bath & Body Works. So then I theorize that's why they retire them or get rid of them. And then there's enough of a call or a cry out for them to come back that they're like, all right, fine, we'll try it. So when they came back out, it was very jazzed, but it was a very limited like amount of scent choices. I didn't love a ton of them. So I picked Champagne Toast. I have a couple of grapes. The first grape is this. There is like sufficient product left in here that I would want to use it. But as I try to like gather it down here to get it out, it doesn't just like, I have to like shake it and then it's getting everywhere. It's not great. I could leave this just on my desk for me to use because I'm also not going to trust the average high schooler to do this, to just unscrew this and like get some off of here and do this like in front of the whole class. None of that's going to happen. So I could keep it on my desk and I could keep using it that way, but like, I'm also not going to do that. So I am annoyed about that. Everything else I like about it, I will keep buying them. I had just a small amount at the end of the last school year. So now that school is back in session, we finally finished this one off. So hopefully they hang around. I don't want to buy them at the $7.95 price tag because that's ridiculous. But if they go on sale, I get a coupon, they're at some annual sale, I will mass stock up because who knows when they'll get kicked to the curb again and who knows how long it'll take for them to come back. Okay. Now we can talk about hand soaps. I've got just a conservative 4 hand soaps to share. So the first one is Rosewater and Ivy. She's basic. I love her. This packaging is cute and basic. Notes of this are soft rose petals, rain-kissed ivy, and spring musk. It's just delightful. So glad we had it. Then I had one that caught me off guard. It was Sweet Strawberry Scoop. If you just asked me, would have told you, nah, that scent's not for me. And then when I smelled it in store, I kind of was like, oh, maybe I like this. And I put it down, walked away, and came back, and I was like, no, I do end up actually liking this. This was really yummy. It was sugared pink strawberries and vanilla bean ice cream. Don't think I'd want it as like a Pocketbac or a body care, but I think as a home fragrance or a hand soap, I'm down for it. This was definitely a pleasant discovery for me this summer. Also have dragon fruit and palm leaves. This one was just sort of I feel like any of the ones I got in this collection ended up sort of being a bit of a womp womp for me, not rebuys. This one was green palm, sweet dragon fruit, and pineapple. I don't know, it existed, I used it, not going back for more. And then the last one that I have is Off the Vine. This got a lot of attention and buzz. I don't follow real like perfumes out in the world. I'm not a big, I wear perfume, but I'm not big on having perfume variety and keeping up to date with all that, none of that. So from what I've gathered, this is a dupe or a knockoff of a more high-end perfume. And then the naming of it being like tomato plant, I don't know, whatever. I was not gonna buy any of it when it was very full price, but I bought it during a random like one-off candle sale in the summer, or not candle sale, soap sale in the summer. And I actually really liked it. I don't think I would go back for another one, and I don't think I'd want it as body care, but if there was a candle floating around for half off, I probably would get it. It is pleasant. It is truly like perfumey, more perfumey than I typically go for any kind of hand soaps, but not a bad one. I actually brought it with me on a trip with my girlfriend, and she was like, oh, I like that hand soap scent that you put in our hotel room. What is it? And I was telling her about it. Yeah, I'm that kind of person who brings, when I'm traveling by train or car, I bring hand soap with me for more than just like a couple of nights stay. Let's talk shower gels. So we have one from Ben. It's stone washed. They claim it's fresh ginger, blue chamomile, and distressed denim. As I'll always say, I feel like the base notes are the same, and they spin it off a little bit with a little bit of variety. It's good. It's nice. He is not picky. I tend to just buy whatever is on sale. This was on sale. It's getting harder and harder to find body lotions. I feel like for some reason they like don't run sales on it, or there's no stock in my store. I don't know what is going on, but I'm rich in shower gels for him. He has a few body creams, I think, but like every time I go in with the intention of getting him a body lotion for one of my coupons, I cannot find a body lotion. It's just either body creams or it's shower gels. So he used that one up regardless. All right, then I've got 3 shower gels for myself. The first is Poppy. This is nice. This one was Fresh Morning Dew, Wild Poppies, Sugared Rhubarb, and Juicy Pear. At its base, it seems like a generic Bath & Body Works scent, which is, to me, fruity floral mashed together, but it has just like ever so slightly more flower than fruit. And that's why I liked it. I think it's really lovely. It was great to have in the spring, summer months. I just liked it coming into the end of the summer season. Then I have my second. Yeah, I used 2 of these. This is the Princess Tiana. I'm low-key glad I have one more of it because it's just such a fresh scent. It's delicate water lily, gilded amber, and shimmering bayou woods. I pray that they just repackage this somewhere down the line because it's so good. I love it so much. It's like a beautiful spring summer scent. And then lastly, Guilty as Fig. Ooh, I feel like similar to pear and plum, fig is a very underrated but delightful body care scent. When I smelled this, oh my God, I love it. So good. I don't think the notes are not on here, but it's great. I got more of it during some annual sale because I don't think it's going to come back. I feel like this collection dropped and it really wasn't on anyone's radar and it wasn't very popular. This was in droves at any Bath & Body Works I went to for semi-annual. They had this collection in abundance. So I don't think it did super well for them, but this is a really good scent. And then closing things out, I have 4 candles. We'll start with my worst for wear candle. It's the Stranger Things Argyle's pineapple pizza. Ugh, she went through something. So this scent is weird, and I knew it was weird when they dropped it last year, and I decided to just go for it anyways because when they had their long time ago Rome pizza scent, I bought it on a whim because it was weird and I actually really liked it. So I was like, maybe it'll be like that. It wasn't. But here's what I'll say. It smelled weirder on cold than it did in actuality. It really just smelled like pineapple juice when it was burning. And I didn't entirely hate that. I'm not jonesing for more of it, but it wasn't like on cold, you get more of that like oregano spice note. That just really didn't exist when it was burning. But here's why she's so scary. And I know you're probably gonna say to me, I should have stopped burning it, but like, I don't know, I live my life. I keep on the first floor where we burn candles, my candles on our stovetop. We just have a flat stovetop. And 90% of the time, it's no big deal. But for some reason, I don't know what it was, I think we cooked something in the actual oven and the wicks shifted. And I didn't notice it was happening until it had happened. And then this was just sort of melty. And it was the last time I burned it. So I wasn't like, we were okay. We were fine. We were okay. So it's not the candle's fault. Aside from that, it didn't really have a lot of sooting. Ignore the part that's my fault. Aside from that, there wasn't really much sooting. I didn't have performance issues. I got scent instantly. Like it checked off all the right boxes. It was just sort of a one and done scent for me. Then I have this Emily in Paris Macaron Cloud. I'm sad I don't have any more of this one. This was a candle where I smelled it on cold. And I was like, oh, she's light. And so I saved it for my bedroom. But then I went back to wax melting in my bedroom. And this has just sort of been sitting. I was like halfway through. It had been sitting on my vanity, just getting passed over because I kept just wax melting. And finally, I was like, why don't I just try it downstairs? And if I can't smell it, if it doesn't hold any kind of real throw for the space, I will put it back upstairs and I'll finish it in my bedroom. No, this filled up our entire first floor. It was so lovely. I had this as Pocketbac body care in this candle. I loved all fashion of it. The good news is this is not a unique scent. It's a repackage. So I'm hoping I can find more of it in the next like upcoming spring 2026 candle drop because it was delightful. And I almost got another one at semi-annual sale and I told myself to cool my jets and now I'm kind of wishing I hadn't, but I did like it. No burn issues at all. Then I decided to burn Endless Weekend. Oh, so good. This brings me back. Like I have like really intense scent memories in the most positive way. With this candle scent, it's so nice. The notes are fresh summer mandarin, sun-kissed magnolia, and blue coconut water. A little bit of sooting, but I'm not even mad about it. It was really pretty when it was burning. You had the nice like flecks of gold sparkling through. Another round of really good candles. I don't know what it is. I don't know if because I am getting much more selective about buying candles, I tend to look to reviews first before I even entertain buying candles, or if it's Bath & Body Works improving their performance, which like, I'm undoubted. I'm gonna give myself more of the credit, but I'm just having really good luck with candles. The last one that I have is Cherry Blossom Soju. I actually bought 2 of these when they first dropped these. I love this scent. I know people like really hate it, but not me. And I also have really intense positive scent memory with it. This, what was it? Tokyo Petals was the original one for this. And that was like what got me into Bath & Body Works candles. When I finally was living on my own, not in a college dorm, and I was allowed, like I had the freedom to burn candles because I wasn't allowed to have any kind of wax melt, any kind of candles when I was growing up because my parents were like, we are not gonna have soot in this house. We're not gonna have wax on our carpet. So it wasn't allowed. And so I finally like got one and I loved the experience. I knew I was a home fragrance fiend, even if I wasn't allowed to. Like I always knew it was living inside of me waiting to come out. And so, oh my gosh, this is so good. It wasn't the most present scent. Like it was definitely light in the space downstairs, but I could smell it. And I had a little bit of performance at the tail end with my wicks not fully lining up. So this is definitely the most like mid of all the performers of the candles that I've had in like the last probably 5 months, but I still really love the scent. I'm contemplating maybe wax melting the other one that I have in this scent because I think there's a snowball chance in hell the scent's gonna come back, but I really loved it and appreciated it. Okay, there you have it. Those are all of the many products that have been used up in recent moons here at my household. I so appreciate you tuning in and being here, and I'll catch you in my next video real soon. Bye.